After 4 preseason games, the Austin Bruins are finally ready for the regular season, and it all kicks off this afternoon at the NAHL Showcase. I'm TJ Chillot, and this is your weekend preview. The Bruins get set to play 4 teams in 4 days, and while it might be the most challenging way to start the regular season, Austin is ready for the task. One of the advantages to the Showcase is teams get the chance to play opponents that they may not otherwise see during the regular season due to the extensive travel. 3 of the 4 teams that the Bruins play this weekend are a perfect example of that. Up first, on Wednesday, the Bruins will play the Jamestown Rebels, the first ever meeting between the 2 teams. The Rebels were only a win away from making their 3rd straight East Division final in 2018-19, but their hopes were dashed courtesy of the New Jersey Titans in their 3 straight wins to take the best-of-5 series. Looking for a bounce-back year and a deeper postseason run, Rebels head coach Jim Coombs must replace a great deal of his roster from a season ago, including Alex Fry, the team's leading scorer last year. Eric Olson looks to be the guy to fill the void. He had a promising season in 18-19 with 20 points and will certainly be a person of interest for the Bruins and someone for the Black and Gold to keep their eye on. On Thursday, the Bruins play a familiar foe, the Janesville Jets. Austin and Janesville are no strangers, having played each other 8 times in the past 5 seasons. The Jets standing on top with a 5-2, 0-1 record. At the time of this recording, however, the Jets have been reeling, losing their first 2 regular season games at the hands of the Chippewa Steel last weekend. Friday brings the game with perhaps the biggest storyline of the entire showcase for the Bruins. Head coach Steve Howard for Austin going against his former assistant coach and current associate head coach with the New Mexico Ice Wolves, Keenan Kelly. Like Janesville, New Mexico lost their first 2 regular season contests that came before the showcase, their defeats coming at the hands of the Shreveport Mudbugs. And the New Mexico Ice Wolves are searching desperately for their first franchise win. Last season, both expansion teams, Maryland and Chippewa, earned their first victory within the first 3 games, giving New Mexico the chance to do so before playing the Bruins and perhaps giving a different look to the 2 teams Friday night. And finally, on Saturday, the Bruins take on the Kenai River Brown Bears. Kenai has often been the overlooked of the 2 Alaskan teams, with Fairbanks winning the Robertson Cup 3 times since 2011 and having been to the finals a total of 4 times during that same span. Kenai River, however, has struggled in recent years, but 2018-19 was one of their best in recent memory. Their 23 points was the most since 2014 for the team, but behind new head coach Kevin Murdoch, the Brown Bears look to get back to the postseason for the first time since that 2014 season. So what will I be looking for during this 4-game span of games? It's time for my Sellers Lock and Key keys to the games. Number 1, pace yourself off the ice. It's going to be a grueling battle and the longest stretch of games for the Bruins this season, aside from a 3-3 in early 2020. I'm not saying to take any of these games easy or to take any shifts off, but off the ice, players getting good night's sleep, eating right, and handling minor bumps and bruises will go a long, long way. Number 2, goaltending. It's uncertain which goaltender or goaltenders will be in net for the Bruins this weekend, but regardless, the team is going to need some strong net minding. With the numerous NHL and Division I scouts at the event, the showcase games tend to have a playoff feel, and you know that forwards from opposing teams will be on their A game, and the Bruins goalies will need to match that exact pace of play. Number 3, score more than 2. In all 4 of the Bruins preseason games, they were only able to net 2 goals per game. Coach Steve Howard is looking for more from his talented, albeit young, forward group. And in a league with this much firepower, only scoring 2 goals per game more often than not is not going to get it done. I look for the Bruins to find open ice, make the best of their chances, and come out with some vigor as they start the season, which should translate into plenty of goals up in Blaine. Those were my Sellers Lock and Key keys to the games. For your tickets to the showcase, visit www.nahl.com/showcase, or you can catch all the play-by-play with me, TJ Chillot, on Hockey TV. Following the showcase, Austin hits the road to take on the defending champion Aberdeen Wings for a pair of games before finally having a regular season home game on Friday, October 4th. But for now, it's time to focus on Jamestown, Janesville, New Mexico, and Kenai River. It's 4 games, in 4 days against 4 different opponents. The NAHL Showcase is upon us. Hockey season is here. I'm TJ Chillot, and this is your weekend preview.